All right. So if we look at these ones, if you're looking ahead or you look through the work, you will notice that today we're going to talk about solving inequalities with exponents. So we have already talked about ones like number 1. If you have w squared equals 121, the way to undo a power is to take a root. So the second power, you would take the square root, which means, again, what number times itself could give you the other number. So 121, what number times itself could give you 121? So w times w gives me w squared. And if we remember back, anytime you take a square root, there will be a positive answer and a negative answer. And that plus or minus symbol indicates both. So 11 times 11 is 121, and negative 11 times negative 11 is also 121. So I will put positive and negative 11 in my solution set. Number 2 is very similar, but now you'll notice the inequality sign. So we have w squared is less than 121. So if I take the square root of both sides, just like I did in number 1, we will get w is less than positive or negative 11. So that means we're going to have two separate answers. So we'll have w is less than 11 and w is less than negative 11 as our two answers. And then if we look at number 3, same thing. We have w squared is greater than or equal to 121. So again, to undo a square or a second power, you take the square root. So w is less than or greater than or equal than plus or minus 11. So w is greater than or equal than 11, and w is greater than or equal to negative 11. And then if we look at number 4, it says explain the difference between your answers for number 1 through 3. So if we look at it, for the first one, we only have two answers, 11 and negative 11. For the second one, we have infinite solutions, really, but they have to be less than 11 or less than negative 11. So that means there's a lot of solutions that could work for this, but they have to be between those. And then the final one, w has to be greater than or equal to 11, or w has to be greater than or equal to negative 11. So if we draw these out on a number line, right? Zeros right here. We have negative 11 here. That's one of our answers. Positive 11 here. That's another one. If we draw this one out on a number line, negative 11, 0, and 11, just to make it quicker. And then I draw this one out on a number line. All right, so this one, w is less than 11, so it can't equal, so it's an open circle, and it's less than negative 11, so that's an open circle. But it's everything going to the right. For the 3, w is greater than or equal to negative 11 and greater than or equal to negative or positive 11. So now looking at these, what do you notice about the difference? And then our final one before you break into your groups, we have the quantity x plus 7 squared equals 121. So the first thing we have to do is get rid of these parentheses, so that means we have to get rid of this 2, or second power. Oops, sorry, it's getting a little blurry on you. So to undo this second power, again, we have to take the square root of both sides. The square root symbol gets rid of that 2, so we're just left with x plus 7 equals, and then the square root of 121 is positive or negative 11. So that's where it gets confusing. We have two answers over here, so that means we need to make two separate equations now. So that's x plus 7 equals negative 11, and x plus 7 equals positive 11. So we'll get two answers in the end now. So if I subtract 7 on both sides of this one, I'll have x equals negative 11 minus 7 is negative 18. And if I subtract 7 on both sides here, x will equal 11 minus 7 will give us 4. So we'll have two answers here, negative 18 or 4.